Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Out on the Ranch with Dr. Lee. It is another beautiful day in South Texas, about 70 degrees, sun shining, birds are chirping. It could not be a better day for a national holiday. This is Memorial Day, and this is the day we honor those who have died in service to our country, those who have given the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy all of these wonderful freedoms we enjoy. I was a bit disappointed this morning. I turned on my radio as I was getting ready to shower, and the first thing I heard was Memorial Day mattress sale, and within the same commercial break, there were two other automobile dealerships in the area that were talking about their Memorial Day sales. Come on down on Memorial Day. And I thought, how dare these businesses rob our citizens of the one day a year we have set aside to celebrate all the lives that have been lost. But that's just me. I just want to say, America, what have we become when I hear things like that? But nevertheless, guys, Memorial Day is an interesting holiday. It's not even been called Memorial Day its entire lifetime. It started out back actually a little bit before the Civil War, but it really came into fruition during the Civil War, and especially immediately after the Civil War. Groups of ladies during the Civil War would get the dead, bury the dead, mostly in churchyards, and they would cover the graves with flowers and flags. And it didn't matter if they were from the South or they were from the North, they were Americans and they got buried there. Civil War was a terrible, terrible war. We lost more men and women in that war than we've lost in any other war. The estimations go somewhere between 500,000 and 750,000 souls that were lost. And the bad thing is, every one of those deaths was taken by an American hand. Americans against Americans. But thank God we got over that. We survived that. We learned from that. But Memorial Day picked up soon thereafter, and it was not called Memorial Day. For the longest time, it was called Decoration Day, because people would gather in the cemeteries, they would decorate the graves, and they would have prayer services. Around 1900, the prayer part of it began to fall out, and it became more of a national day of honoring and appreciation. And really the first actual Memorial Day was held as a 50-year anniversary to the end of the Civil War. And soldiers from both sides, at this time in their late 60s up to 100 years old, gathered in Gettysburg, which was the site of the bloodiest battle in the Civil War. They gathered there to celebrate all those who were lost during that war. And talking about the losses that our country sustained, if you break it down war to war, it's somewhat interesting. The Revolutionary War, we lost about 25,000 people, and there were several small wars between there and the Civil War. The Civil War, like I said, we lost 500,000 to 750,000 people in there. And what's interesting is in the Civil War, we lost about 3% of our population. They were dying at the rate averaging about 500 deaths per day during the entire Civil War. So that'll kind of put it all into perspective. World War I took out over 100,000 people. World War II, about 400,000. And then the Vietnam War and the Korean War each took out in the high 50,000s, I think 54 in Korea, 58 in Vietnam. And the wars, Afghanistan and Iraq war since then, have taken out several thousand souls. So there's been a lot of bloodshed so that you and I can get on YouTube today and watch TV in the freedom of our own homes. All the things we do today, we can do them because all these people that have gone before us and sacrificed their lives, they paved the way for us. So today, during your Memorial Day activities, between the hot dogs and the beer, and the baseball and the mattress sales and everything else you're doing today, when you hear the word Memorial Day, I would like for you just to stop just a minute and just think about all those people that are gone, all those people whose lives were cut short, all those people who did not get to enjoy the freedom they died for. Remember those people today. Say a little prayer, think your good thoughts, whatever you do to memorialize people we owe. And we owe them big time. So that we don't have to look at ourselves and say, America, what have you become? Because we know what we've become. And as long as we appreciate those who have gone before us and paved the way, we are honoring them and we are living the life that they wanted us to live. And as many of you know, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is one of my favorite poets. I read a poem from him in our Christmas video called Christmas Bells, and there was even a song made about that poem called, I believe it's I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. But he wrote this during wartime, during the Civil War, and you can tell by the way he wrote that the Civil War was literally just emotionally gutting him. All of his friends were out. He had friends on both sides of the war, and they were just out slaughtering each other. He wrote several poems about the war and things that happened around the war, and that one is my favorite. This one I'm going to read to you today is my second favorite, and it's entitled Decoration Day. And Decoration Day is one of the names that has been given in the past Memorial Day, back up before the 1900s. That's what they called it because they would go out and decorate the graves. But Decoration Day goes something like this. Sleep, comrades, sleep and rest on this field of grounded arms, where foes no longer do molest, nor sentries' shots alarm. Ye have slept on the ground before, and startled to your feet at the cannon's sudden roar, or the drum's redoubling beat. But in this camp of death, no sound your slumber breaks. Here there is no fevered breath, no wounds that bleed and ache. All is repose and peace. Untrampled lies the sod. All the shouts of battle cease. It is the truce of God. Rest ye, comrades, rest and sleep. The thoughts of men shall be. As sentinels now strive to keep your rest from danger free. Your silent tents of fertile green we now deck with fragrant flowers. Yours has the suffering been, the memories shall be ours. So there's another one for you from Henry. What a wonderful poet he was. If you'd like to read that poem on your own, in your own quiet time, it's called Decoration Day, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. That particular poem was published in the June edition, 1882, of the Atlantic magazine, the same Atlantic magazine as we see as a monthly publication today. And all the readers read that poem, they loved it, but you know, communication back then was not like it is today. They all wrote in all the praises and tell Henry that was beautiful and sent special messages to Henry. But unfortunately, what they didn't know, Henry had passed away just a few weeks before that, at the age of 75. So anyway, a great American like we should all strive to be. Guys, that's it from Out on the Ranch today. I didn't mean to hit you with something so heavy. There are lighter ways to talk about Memorial Day, but when I got up and I saw everybody accentuating on car sales and mattress sales, and I thought to myself, what has America become? I thought, we need a little recentering here. So, again, I ask, when you think about Memorial Day today, remember those that have gone before. Thank you for your time this morning. Thank you for dropping by. I always appreciate you guys, and I thank you dearly. God bless you. God bless America, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye now.
So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's going to learn you?
That's a mistake.